what the secrets to success. There is no secret to success. I have the secret to my success. And the secret to my success is different from the secret to everyone else's success. If you take 100 people and put them in a room, all millionaires, all of them worth 10 million plus, and I'm sitting in that room with them, and you come up to the table and say, guys, what's the secret to making money? All 100 people will give you 100 different answers as to how they made money. Which means there is no secret to success. There is no recipe to success. I know the recipe to my success.
What I could say is, whatever it is you're doing, try to make yourself less dependent on the government. Wherever you are, wherever you live. I remember everyone cheering about stimulus checks when they were locked in their house. Oh, I got $1,400 for free. There is nothing... there's nothing to be proud about when you're receiving handouts from the government, and that's what's keeping your head above the water. If you have a business with big government contracts, expand. If you make a lot of your money because the government is paying your company or yourself, expand. Because I'm telling you, trying to rely on the government to feed you with handouts is just going to make you more and more dependent. And then when the government want to impose new rules, when they want to fuck with you a little bit more, poke you with that stick a bit more, there's nothing you can do. So try and become a bit more self-sufficient. Make money online. Make sure some of the money that you're making online is coming from other countries, whether you're selling fucking merchandise or Amazon stores or whatever it is you're doing. Try and diversify your sources of income, because if you try to lean too much on the government, and there are governments in the world right now who are doing that. Here, I'll give you some money, stay in your house. Here's another check. Don't worry. Here's enough to buy groceries. What if the government decides to stop giving you money? What are you going to eat? Nothing. So, stop your dependencies on anything. The government, fucking your family, stop being dependent on others and try and be self-sufficient. If you were to ask any boy, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, where do you want to be when you're 25, 30? Where do you want to be? They're going to say, big house, fast car, beautiful wife. That's what they're going to say. Every single one. And slowly, the programming of the Matrix beats this dream out of men. So I was 17, I was working at a fast food restaurant making sandwiches. Now, the internet didn't really exist as such, but looking back on it, it was part of my journey. And I regret nothing because I ended up where I am. So would I even go back and tell myself anything, is the question. If I had to, it would be to not burn so much of my time. Let's talk to the 17-year-olds who are listening. Do you finish your job, come home, play video games, etc.? That's what I used to do when I was 17 a little bit. What I didn't do is come home and think, okay, fuck, let's work on something new. Let's try and build something. Let's start a YouTube channel. Let's start creating content instead of consuming content. I'd tell myself to be a little bit more proactive with my free time and not fuck around so much.
How much of the money do you make right now is coming from the internet? Like, what percentage?
It's a hard question. It's a hard question because it depends what you mean from the internet.
I would say what you mean. Crypto counts, YouTube money counts, but...
Yeah, so crypto accounts don't make me money. I'm not a crypto trader as such. I'm friends with some very good crypto traders, and I'll fuck around a little bit, but I just have crypto. Mm-hmm. I just have it, and I spend it, and I use it, and I store it. So I'm not making any money from crypto. I'd say maybe 50-50. Maybe 50% of the money I'm making are real world tangible businesses that you can visit and pay cash at, and and the governments and they're licensed with governments, etc. Maybe 50% of my money comes from online sources, but it's hard to define exactly what online means and what online doesn't. But again, 50-50 is very good, because if the governments in the various countries where I run physical businesses or franchises want to shut me down, good, I've got my internet money. If the internet wants to shut me down, good, I've got the other money. Plus I got so much fucking saved up I can't spend it. So I'm good. I've insulated myself. But I've been saying the same things, and my brother has been saying the same things for maybe 5 years online. So 5 years ago, I was just about a millionaire. Just about. And we were saying all the same things 5 years ago before anybody saw any of this coming. Watch back through the old Tate Confidential episodes or the old Tate Speech episodes of my brother preaching. We were saying it for years, but while we were saying it, we weren't just sitting there with our dicks in our hands. While we were saying it, we were thinking, oh, fuck, we need more streams of income. Fuck, we need to make more money. Fuck, we need to put money here, put money there. Open businesses here, open companies here, get another passport from XYZ. So we were preaching it and we were doing it at the same time, which is why now shit's hitting the fan. Me and my brother stand before the world as I mean, I'm not going to tell you how rich I am, but I'm certainly a multi-millionaire. And we're fine. But it takes years of work. It's not going to be an overnight fix. I will tell you a story about me. I don't know, you're probably not old enough, but there was a game called, before Fortnite, before it all existed, the huge game when I was in my late teens, early 20s was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So I used to play that game. And this is the advice. The advice is hang around with people who see things, people who have a good mindset. I was with my brother, and I was like, oh, Andrew, I just completed this round. There's 41 kills, 1 death. That's pretty cool. Andrew looks at me from the couch. I swear to God, looks over at me and goes, yeah, Tristan, but it doesn't matter, does it? And I went, fuck, it doesn't matter, does it? And I turned that game off. And I don't think I've ever spent more than 10 minutes playing a video game ever since that day. So hang around better people. You know, if you're wasting your life, if you're wasting your talents, leave that group of friends. Cut low quality people out of your life, and slowly, as you go out into the world and apply yourself at different things that are more useful, you'll probably find out that you're not as useless as you think. Stand yourself in front of the mirror if you are that person. Imagine yourself 30 years older. Imagine yourself fat, out of shape, bags under your eyes, wrinkles on your skin, gray hair. Imagine that man exactly where you are today. And if you don't like it, do something to change it, because it's complacency that damages people. And that's a mix of brainwashing and programming and, your personality. It's a mix of lots of things. But I think growing up really impoverished and looking around at the other adults, who are still I was 16, 17 years old working at McDonald's. I was working with people who were in their 40s and 50s doing exactly the same job as me. And I thought, whoa, this is fucked. I'm going to have to do something.
It's the biggest shift people can make in order to become that successful. Do you think it's the mentality? Is how open-minded or strong you are mentally the biggest factor to becoming an entrepreneur?
The ability to deal with pressure. Me and my brother always say the same thing. The ability to deal with pressure. So if you can't deal with pressure, that's your fault. Put yourself through more hard shit. Get in the boxing ring, maybe. I don't know. I've been through so much stress and so much pressure in my life that running a business and running a company, it's easy.
Right. I want to ask you that because you're a former European champion fighter. How do people not compromise their principles in the face of adversity? Which is probably what you face literally when you get in the ring with somebody else. There's adversity right in front of you, and whoever doesn't fold the most ends up winning the fight. But you could apply that logic to online, and I've seen it happen with so many of the creators that I look up to. They end up folding under the pressure. They end up selling out. They give up their principles, and they end up standing for nothing. How do you... Go ahead.
And let's not give a platform to any of these nerds. But
I'm not saying their names, yeah.
Let's not do it. But that fat guy you were talking about last time, someone was showing me some of his old stuff, and he was a no-holds-barred comedian who would, make jokes about feminists and all this kind of stuff. And again, totally folded in the face of adversity and money. I've just always, I think it's growing up in a bad neighborhood, having friends who you can't tell on, who you can't snitch on. I can't fold in the face of adversity. Even now, I can't be bought. I've been offered a lot of money to sponsor my Emergency Meeting Live podcasts by companies, and I'm not going to say their name because I wish them the best of luck making money, but companies where I don't necessarily think my audience will benefit from using their products and services. Let's say it that way. And I've turned down large sums of money, because I know that the mind of a lot of young men, the minds of a lot of young men are very impressionable. And I've always been a very principled guy. For me, it's death before dishonor. I was never ever going to sell out or tell on my brother, whether it be, if the police interviewed us or, if a girl asks questions about where he is at night. I've never been the guy to sell out or, snitch on my friends. And now that I'm up here, I'm making some very big moral decisions, and people are saying, well, how are you doing that? I think I've just always been that guy. And if you're not, you need to change. If you're not, you need to just blink and cure your brain and snap out of it and try and become more principled, because eventually it's going to catch up with you. If you're the kind of guy who folds in the face of adversity or, takes money he shouldn't to do something he doesn't agree with, eventually it's going to catch up with you and bite you in the ass. So I like to be able to sleep well at night. And I guess that's my answer. Yeah, kickboxing, okay, I guess. Yeah, there's adversity right in front of you. You have to hold on. But, I've lost some fights. Sometimes, you're tired. The weight cut took too much out of you. The guy who's just better on the night, and you get your face punched in. You get your nose broken like I have. It happens. But that teaches you lessons too.